Steve.
Thank you, dear.
And we are live. Go USA. Woo! I've never seen a soccer game like this in my life. I think they said that was the most points scored in the shortest length of time in the history of soccer, women's soccer at least.
Two questions.
Is that right, Steve?
I think so.
You're the only one I'm talking to right now, by the way. All right. Do you want to mute yourself?
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right. Happy 4th of July. Happy awesome soccer day. I may try to go as quickly here tonight because that way we can watch the rest of the game. We are at halftime. Appreciate everybody getting in here. We've got Donald and Steve at ChattyBot. By the way, do they know, Steve, that ChattyBot can say things like Hodor? I don't know whether we let them know the secret tricks, but anyway, and we've got Brett and Kevin, and C. Anthony Smith is back. He hasn't been around in ages. And Dan and Dr. Dream, we've got Gary Apter, and Mark decided to grace us with his presence. And Timothy Gregoire is in the house again. Let me see. I need to make some notes here. Yeah, there we go. All right, good. Oh, you uploaded your pictures from Chicago. Cool. Hey, post those in the NosillaCast community there, Brett. So, because I'll forget to go look at that. All right, let me go ahead and do a test check here. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. All right, let me know if you guys can hear this. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. I am guessing. Good. All right, let me take a look at this. I should be looking at this. So now I have this AU processor. I can just take this out and pin it on my desktop. I can keep an eye on things. Maybe I should be allowed to get a little louder. Icecast is working again. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Maybe we can get the last quarter of the last little bit of the soccer game in. Here we go. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, July 5th, 2015, and this is show number 530. I got to tell you guys, Steve recorded the video of my talk on audio hijack at MacStock, and he's posted it so that if any of you guys want to go see it, you could go take a look. There's a link in the show notes to the blog post I did over on podfeet.com featuring that video. Earlier this week, Dr. Marianne Gary, the professor from New Zealand who helped us doubt all of our childhood memories in a past episode of Chit Chat Across the Pond, came to visit again, and we did another recording. This should air next Sunday on the 12th, and in the recording, you'll hear her refer to some homework you're supposed to do before you listen. In this next interview, she's going to make sure you doubt your own perception even more, this time in understanding the difference between vision and attention. I'm putting links in the show notes to 2 videos she wants you to watch. You may have seen one or both of them. You may have seen them before, but it will help you understand what she's saying to rewatch those. And it says rematch those, but I don't think that's what I wanted. That's not what I said either. My own typo. How exciting that is. Marianne is a very stern taskmaster, so I really suggest you do your homework before next Sunday's show. I was listening to Twit this week, and Georgia Dow was pleading with people to put down their tech and engage with each other. Becky Worley responded by talking about what the implications are when you look at your watch because you received a notification. Ian Thompson suggested that, especially on a date, you should put away your tech. I'd like to suggest another way to look at this. Let's say you really like tech. Let's say it's really, really important to you and a way that you keep connected with the world and your friends. Maybe you should choose friends. Messed up the main point of the story. By the way, you guys text, talk about the game and let me know what's happening since I can't watch. If anything exciting happens, tell me. We should go in NosillaCast audio. This is NC 2015. 0705. That's not what that says. I've got to fix that. I'm getting one of those crossover problems where the keyboard shortcuts from the iPhone are translating over into my Mac and messing up my text expander snippets, which is annoying as all get out. So like I try to do an italics in feeder, and that's EM is the way you do emphasis. And in HTML, its emphasis is EM. So it types EM, which triggers it to do my email, which is my shortcut over on the iPhone, and it's really confusing. I need to get that fixed. Okay. Don't tell Podfeet that I'm watching while I tune in here. Oh, yeah. No, you guys should just watch the match. I wouldn't listen to this. Match is way more interesting. Go USA. Okay, here we go. I'd like to suggest, I'm going to cut you way back there. Cut me way back there. I would like to suggest that there's another way to look at this. Let's say you really like tech. Let's say it's really important to you, and it's a way that you keep connected with the world and your friends. Maybe you should choose friends, dates, based on people with that common interest instead of giving up what you love. Let's pretend I went on a date with a man who loved music. Should he shut off his music whenever we're together because I don't favor music? Or should he perhaps realize that I am not the right woman for him if I don't like it? This week, Marianne Gary, the professor who messes up your memories. God, I am just stumbling everywhere. Not on my game yet. Get on the game. Get on the game. All right. This week, Marianne Gary, the professor who messes your memories, spent a few days with Steve and me, as I mentioned earlier. We had no activities planned, and we all talked about how enjoyable it was to just sit around and play with our tech. We'd be reading articles, tweeting, writing, and yet interacting between these activities. Did you see this hilarious video? Hey, I just found a great article on memory. Let me read you a bit of it. Oh my gosh, this talking dog is killing me. Let me check IMDb for what movie we should watch. Have you figured out how to get notifications to work the way you'd like it on your Apple Watch? These are the conversations we had throughout her visit, and we were all glued to our Macs, all playing with our watches, and could not have been happier. I do have one comment on notifications, though. When I first got the Apple Watch, I had it set to both tap me and make a sound. I was talking to Lindsay one night about something really important to her and to me, and my watch tapped and dinged. She said, "I'll wait." Well, I had no intention of even looking at my wrist during this conversation, much less answering that notification. Since then, I've turned off the sound so that I get to choose when to look without the other person worrying about whether my attention is on them or not. If I'm just hanging out with someone, I'll check it. And if no one I would want to hang out with would care under normal circumstances, whether I looked at my watch. But if I'm in a conversation where I'm super engaged, I can choose to ignore the watch. I'm curious what you think about my point of view versus the current trend, which is to yell at us for enjoying our tech. By the way, there have been quite a few comments. Actually, no, I'm going to stop that there. Don't ad-lib right there. Uh-oh. See a link from Steve. What's Steve telling me? Thank you. Good. Try putting my watch onto the 12 South stand sideways. That would let me take advantage of the nightstand view when it's available. Anyway, the charging cable holds the watch in place very nicely. Oh, good. Steve ended up getting the Spigen also, and it does sit sideways. It doesn't look like it's designed for that, but it sits sideways just fine. Oh, Kirshen's in the house. Kirshen, how are you? Uh-oh. That wasn't just another goal, was it? 4-2. Did Japan just score? Shoot. Oh, man. Apparently just saw it. I always worry when things go too well at the beginning. I posted about my point of views on this in Google Plus over the week, and I got a lot of perspective from people on what they thought about it. That just sounds weak. I don't like it. Every week at the end of the show, I mention how fun Google Plus is, but I figure at least 50% of you guys shut the show off as soon as you hear the end of Chit Chat Across the Pond. I do that on other shows, so I figure you guys probably do it too. You shouldn't, but I figure you probably do. I wanted to talk about Google Plus again, though, because I am such a fan of our Google Plus community. There's just the right amount of activity. It's not too chatty, but just chatty enough to keep you coming back. The people in there are super smart. I mean, of course they are. They're NosillaCastaways, right? And they answer questions often much better than I do. This week, I posted a problem I was having turning off hidden files in OS X. 4 people responded with different solutions in less than a day. George from Tulsa and Jim Sewell both posted links to some cool tech deals, which inspired me to create a special category to identify posts as deals. Alistair pointed to a link in a blog post he's written, asking us to encourage a certain vendor to include a feature that he wants. Steve is an avid poster of articles around the web of interest to tech fanatics, so he posted an article about Force Touch maybe coming to the next iPhone. And of course, I post my blog posts there as soon as they go up, so you can get a head start on telling me how wrong I am before I talk about it on the podcast. In fact, I posted my little article there about how I think we should just pick better friends on the tech issue, and I got quite a few people giving me another perspective on the way to look at that. But you should go to the Google Plus community if you want to read about it. If you haven't joined the NosillaCast Google Plus community yet, or if you've never even tapped, no, that's not what I wanted to say, not never even. Man, it's going to be a lot of edit points, a lot of edits. So it's still, wait, 5-2? Did we just score? Oh, man. Jeez. I just saw it. It's a good thing I'm screwing up so much. That wasn't the same woman, was it? Wow. Was it the same player that made that goal? Man, it's a bad day to have to do a show. I think I stopped right there. Community, if you want to read about it. If you haven't joined the NosillaCast Google Plus community yet, or if you joined but you never tapped the little bell to get notifications when someone posts so you maybe forgot about the community, go over to podfeed.com/Google Plus and check it out. It's summertime here in the Northern Hemisphere, and a lot of the little munchkins have their detailed plans on how to spend their vacations. These plans include sleeping in, eating Cocoa Puffs in front of the TV, watching The Price is Right, and maybe fill out the afternoon playing some video games. If you're lucky, they'll work in an impromptu soccer game outdoors to get some fresh air and exercise. Now, this sounds like a grand plan, but about a week after this gets started, their little brains have turned to mush and they're whining about being bored. So there's our problem to be solved. Enter Little Bits from littlebits.cc. Think of Little Bits as a cross between Heathkit and Lego. Little Bits are these little bitty modular components that you stick together with their built-in magnets to create circuits that do something. Let's start with the simplest example. Hook a 9-volt battery up to the power switch using a standard 9-volt connector. Then stick a motor module to it. Turn on the switch and the motor turns. Yay, our first circuit. It is literally that simple to get started. No soldering, no wiring, just click the little components together and see what happens. I got to play with Little Bits because our good friend Pat Dengler bought the Space Kit and left it with us to let us play. I finally got around to it this week and I had a blast with it. These kits come with instructions, and you know how I abhor reading instructions. Abhor? I finally got around to it Did I miss any goals? I was talking for almost a minute. Actually, let me show you these. This is, if you guys haven't played with Little Bits, you must play with these. This is so much fun. So let's see. Here's the battery. So you hook that up, and you can plug that into. This is the Little Bits power switch. So you plug that in. It's got a switch right there. Actually, I'm going to flick over here so I can see my video. So you've got a little switch there on the side. See that switch? It's a little hard to tell where that switch is. But anyway, there's a switch on the side. Oh, there it is right there. And I'm going to flick that on in a second, but I'm going to plug that into, what did I do here? This has a motor. So you just click these things together. Oh, which one? Oh, this one goes this way. Sorry. I've got a light switch on here. I've got a bunch of little components. They just go together like this. They're really, really fun to play with. So let's see. NosillaCastaway 157 and NC 22251. Welcome to the show. Let me keep going to let us play. Okay, Well, I finally got around to it this week, and I had a blast with it. The kits come with instructions, and you know how I abhor reading instructions, but I decided to read up just a little bit. Get it? Anyway, in the instructions, they show a picture of the component so you can find it in the box, and then they tell you what it does. For example, under Power P1, it says, this power module lets you use a 9-volt battery to supply electricity to your other modules. Snap in the battery and cable, both included, and flip the switch to turn it on. This might be hard to get a kid to read instructions, but if you can keep their attention, say, through the first couple of these modules, then when looking at a new module, they might say, what's this one do? And then you know you can go back and read just a couple of sentences to get the idea. At least that's how my attention span went. Little Bits comes with a whole pile of things you can build with easy to follow instructions. I found, though, that very quickly I wanted to start inventing my own things rather than following the rules. I know you're shocked. You really didn't see that coming at all, that I wasn't going to follow the rules. Well, after reading the first few module descriptions, I thought that light sensor might be fun. The instructions were pretty clear that you always need a power source, so I clicked the light sensor onto the power/battery modules. Now, what would be fun to do with a light sensor? What if I could get the device to turn the motor when it senses light? I stuck the motor onto the light sensor, flipped on the switch on the power module, and sure enough, the motor started to turn very, very slowly. Then I carried the whole thing closer to the window where the sun was shining, and sure enough, the motor sped up all by itself. It was amazing. I felt like I made fire. Well, once I'd done that, I figured I needed to read up on more of the modules. I found the bright LED module. That would be a fun source for the light sensor, right? Then I realized that since these things all stick in a line together, it'd be really hard to get the sensor to see the LED. I read a little more and I found they include what is simply called wire. It's a wire with a magnet on either end. That should do it. So I put battery, then power, then switch, then light sensor, then wire, then bright LED, then motor, all in a nice row. Now I could lift up the sensor, hold it over the LED, and the motor turns like crazy. Again, I made fire, all with my imagination after just a teeny bit of instruction. One of my pet peeves is that kids today are taught to follow instructions when playing with toys. Bart showed me this fabulous photo from his childhood where his parents had dedicated the entire by following step-by-step instructions. Lego is the worst about this. They trick you into buying more and more kits that only make one darn thing. Sure, building a pod racer is cool, but then it's done and you haven't used your imagination at all. I was at my friend's house who has this awesome 4-year-old son who is positively brilliant. He had this cool toy that was a bunch of magnetic triangles and rectangles. I tried to play with him with it, and he said, well, we need to get the instructions so we'd know what to build. I suggested we just invent something. So we started to play and we're having a really good time. And then his mother came over and tried to force the instructions on us. I was there to make her stop, but I figure this wonderfully imaginative brain is being squashed into this tiny little adult boundaries way too early. If you do check out Little Bits, I really encourage you to read a bit of the instructions, but as quickly as possible, go off the rails and see what you and your kids discover. Little Bits are not inexpensive. The starter kit was $84.50 and comes with 10 modules. And of course, you could, if you find it's really fun and your children start to get interested in designing and building things on their own. Pat also loaned us the space kit that you can use to build a Mars rover. What I love about this is you have to use paper and scissors and glue and tape to build the structure of the rover, but use Little Bits to make it drive around. That kit was $149 and comes with 12 modules, 5 NASA lesson plans, and 10 STEAM activities. Yeah, I know, they put the A in STEAM, but we're going to forgive these guys. You can even build an international space station with this kit. The Little Bits website at littlebits.cc has tons more instructions than what you get in the boxes, which means the opportunity to mix and match and build new things is practically endless. Unlike my Lego Pod Racer example, you don't just build one thing with these kits. And there's also a huge community to play with, so you can stretch out beyond the boundaries of what even Little Bits had in mind. You can turn on your blender, make a Wi-Fi enabled device, create a notification device so your bunny can email you when she's out of kale. Seriously, imaginative stuff. I put links in the show notes to the kits I talked about over at Amazon, and of course a link to Little Bits itself. Little Bits suggests that their devices are for age 14 and up, but I think they really underestimate the kids of today. I would definitely try this out on a 10-year-old. One more fun thing for the serious nerds in the audience, Little Bits is written in camel case. You could stimulate a future engineer or scientist this summer, or you could let them watch The Price is Right all summer. Your call. All right, somebody go remind me. I just saw a typo. What? It's gone. It was the letter V instead of what should have been there. Sorry about that. 5-2. No goal scored since I was done. What? Whoa. Steve, I am disconnected from the chat room. Did the chat room just go down? Steve, if you could come on video with me for just a second.
Oh, chat room is still up, but I do see that you've departed.
All right, let me.
So you may have to restart. What?
I'll connect again. There, I'm back.
Back in. All right,
Okay.
I'm on mute.
Bye-bye. That was weird. I wonder how long I was gone. All right, did I miss anything?
You weren't gone very long, just about 30 seconds.
Okay. Oh, we got somebody new here. Blunt Edge. Hello, Blunt Edge. Yeah, now my lights are out, Steve. Whoa, what is actually, can you turn my light on? Things are getting real weird. Look at my video. I'm going to go live. Oh, it's still live. Okay, guys, I do not know what's going on here. We may be experiencing some technical difficulties. I am going to hang on.
Yeah, your video is a little bit dark here.
Yeah, I'm going to switch over to a different camera and then switch back.
Huh.
Okay, hang on. Let me see whether... There
you go.
Yeah, I just flipped webcam settings. Okay, I have no idea what's going on, but it looks like I've got some internet problems here. Because I lost you guys for a minute on the chat room, and then I lost the connection to the Google Hangout. That is very strange. I'm on Ethernet with a Wi-Fi backup. So I don't know. Let's hope that doesn't go again. Let's not happen. I hope that doesn't happen. All right.
So Dr. Dream asked if Guy Searle helped you with this. I lost you again.
You lost me again?
I'm just getting a lot of stuttering here. You're freezing on me. It may be just my reception.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but your video is completely. It's
okay.
Crazy. No,
how's everyone else's video? It's back. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like NosillaCast got borked too. I'm gonna stop and start that again. Okay, for the app people, I got borked out there. This is really strange. I think you just muted yourself, Steve, but would you check Alpha Geek Radio and make sure that that's still going?
It's about 40 seconds behind, so right now you are, it's just your photo, so it could be that period when you were down. Now
you're talking about the video, but what about the audio?
Let me check that. Having trouble. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, the dots above my head, Sandy, that is every time I open up a Google Hangout on air, it wants me to draw on my own face. And I have to, it's got these little colored dots that float around that you could pick your crayon color. But I have fixed that in theory.
No, the dots are back.
The dots are back? No.
Unless it's me.
That might be you. I have no dots. Okay. Steve has just left, so I hope we are not having more problems. I'm going to keep recording, though, because I want to watch the soccer game. All right, here we go. I lost Steve. He might make noise for us when he comes back in. Yes, we're in the future. See a dot to my right. Really? Well, I'm just going to keep going. Did you just get dumped out, Steve?
I'm not getting.
No, you're gone from the hangout. That's what I'm wondering. So we appear to be having some issues with our internet, but let's just. Wait, no. Okay. Looks like I'm back on the air and the camera's messed up. That's good. Okay, hang on. Let me fix the camera. Webcam settings. Let me switch to the wrong camera. And then let me switch to the right camera. Oh no, I switch it here. All right, we are almost back, guys. I'm going to go to the display eyesight, which will be black. And then I'm going to switch back to the right one. And it's not fixing it. Hang on. All right, we'll go here. There we go. And back to there. All right. In 40 seconds, I should be back. Okay. Where did I stop? Now you want to add some. All right. Hi, Steve.
That took a while.
Yeah, that was a Google Hangout having the problem, right? Not us. Steve,
Yes.
I've got your audio, but now.
Yes, that was the Google Hangout. Let me mute this.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. I get a listen to what I just did so I can catch up. Left sidebar view, but that's how I got it to show up. Okay, good. All right, I know where I am. That is crazy. Audio and no video. Good. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm going to keep going. Now you want to add some music to the new playlist you've created, by going to the music tab and drag songs into the playlist. You could also use a smart playlist where, you specify genre, number of stars, etc. Just normal playlist activity. Now, let's say you really want to have podcasts on the watch too. Switch to the podcast section. Can't find it? Yeah, they hid that too. Click on the 3 dots in the upper left and pull down to podcast. Find the podcast and the specific episode you want to listen to. Then choose Get Info from the File menu on that specific episode. Click on the Options tab and change the media kind from podcast to music. Make sure you're not on the first tab. That one's called Details, and it does have a little pull down about podcasts, but that's only changing the genre away from podcasts, and that will have no effect on what happens. All right, so you've clicked on Get Info, you're in there, you've changed the media kind to music. As soon as you change that media kind away from podcasts, the episode will completely vanish from the podcast episode list. That's super handy and a great UI, don't you think? Now, go back to the music tab and try to find that episode. If by some chance you succeed, you can now drag that podcast episode masquerading as music into your playlist. Next step, plug your phone into your Mac, as Rene Ritchie would say, like an animal. Remember that you can't plug the watch into the Mac, so you have to go from the Mac to the phone, and then later we're going to go from the phone to the watch. So back in iTunes, click on the icon for your phone, click on Music, click on Sync Music, click on the new playlist, and hit Sync. Yay, the music is on the phone, right? We're ready to go. But now what? Now take your watch off your wrist and put it on the battery charger puck thingy. No idea why you have to have the watch on the charger, but you do. I don't know. Perhaps your house will burn down if you don't. I really don't know. Make sure Bluetooth is turned on the iPhone and open the Apple Watch app on the iPhone. You with me? The Apple Watch app that's on the iPhone. Now tap on My Watch, Music, Synced Playlist, and then select the playlist you want to sync to your watch. Next, you will see the words Sync Pending. You will see this message for a very long time. You'll see it even longer if you forgot to put your watch on the charger, where even longer is defined as forever. I did it that way first, and it didn't work at all. I synced over 3 songs. Okay, it was really 2 songs in one podcast episode, and it took way longer than I thought it should. I wish I'd timed it. I think the first sync is the hardest because when I synced one more song by itself, it took less than a minute to move that single song. Apple says you can watch the progress as it's syncing, but the first time I did it, it simply sat on pending forever, and then it finished. When I added the 4th song, it said 75% synced for about a minute, and then it changed to synced. So, I don't know, I guess it'll give you a percentage at some point. Now, you might think you're done, but don't forget, you still have the joy of pairing a Bluetooth headset to work forward to. So, look forward to. Now, you might think, that you're done because you've already gotten the music from your iTunes onto your phone, and now you've gotten it synced from your phone over to your watch. But don't forget, you still have the joy of pairing a Bluetooth headset to your watch. I don't know about you, but I like nothing better than fighting with Bluetooth. Put your headphones in pairing mode by whatever horrific method that the designers have picked out for you, and then on the Apple Watch, go to Settings, Bluetooth. If a miracle occurs, your headphones will show up after an interminable wait, and then you can select them. We're not quite done yet. Your watch has the music, and your watch knows about the headphones, but it still thinks it should play music from the phone like it always has in the past. You get to use the gesture they call force press. I like to call it hidden menus from the user. On the application screen of the Apple Watch, tap on Music, force press, and select Source Apple Watch. So, yeah, not kludgy at all. Seems like the kind of steps we used to have to go through to get media onto a BlackBerry, doesn't it? I mean, seriously, I am really surprised Apple allows us to do this. I would have hoped that they wouldn't let us do it at all until they had an elegant and more obvious way to pull this off. I can't imagine doing this to get podcasts on my watch before a run, that's for sure. Now, before anyone corrects me, like Pat did, don't forget that you can create an on-the-go playlist on the iPhone so you can skip some of the steps if you already have the music downloaded to your phone. Of course, remember, if these songs are in the cloud and you depend on streaming to play them, you will not be able to play them on the watch because it has no cellular access. Whew. What was that loud noise in here? Did Steve do something? Okay, still 5-2. I haven't missed anything. Oh, Nuris is here. Hey, Nuris. Blunt Edge is still here. Has Blunt Edge talked to us? All right. Actually, is Steve still in the house? Yeah, he is back on. Yay.
I'm here, Allison.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I think Hangouts on Air just had a big old 5-minute respite.
Think so? Okay. Well, good. Now we're back.
Yep.
All right. Okay, I think I still hear you, Steve. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. All right, we're going to make it through this yet. All right, here we go. This week, I've been working on a cool method to regain some functionality that we lost in the Photos app from Aperture. Now, don't get all excited. It's not like I figured out how to make brushes appear in the edit mode or anything cool like that. This just has to do with the file naming conventions. I'm pretty close to done with it, but I'm going to save it until next week when I have more time to explain what I did. I wasn't sure I had it working, but in one of my tests this week, I decided to open Clarify and start documenting while I was working on it. One of the joys of Clarify is that you can take screenshots and later on easily replace them if something changes. There's a little circular arrow at the bottom of every image just inviting you to retake that shot. When I work like this, I usually don't put annotations in or even write up any of the text that go with each step. I just go step, shot, step, shot, step, shot. It's a great way to stay focused on doing something and yet grab the shots while you're going so you don't have to go all the way through it again later. If it works, great. I can go in and drop in sequence numbers, arrows to draw attention to things, and write up a good explanation of the meaning and logic of each step. If it doesn't work, I can just trash the whole thing and I haven't lost a ton of time invested in documentation. If you're trying to figure out something and don't want to litter your desktop with gobs of screenshots with useless names, consider using Clarify to gather the shots into a logical order as you're working. I bet it'll help you and make you happier. Maybe you'll be thinner and have more hair too, but the developers don't promise that. Check out Clarify for Mac and Windows over at clarify-it.com. All right. Have I missed any more goals? Okay. That was exciting. Okay. Now we can start playing around. Okay, time for some chit-chat music. Kevin is still here, so take your ears off here. Wait, that's not the right song. Yeah, it is. It's on the wrong track. All right, plop you right about there. And let's take a look. You should look more like that. So now I should be allowed to have the TV on while I do this, right? All right, find me my file. Close that. All right, NosillaCast audio. I should have checked this recording before. You know, one thing, I do a very dangerous thing. I don't check my recording with Bart until right now. So if it had gone badly, you wouldn't see a show tonight. The game is getting exciting. Good. Oh, what was that? Was that a penalty? Was that a penalty? Okay. Thank you, Steve. Wait, what is that? Doesn't look right. Oh, maybe I've just got it scrunched up too much. .com. Symbols check, Steve. Symbols. Well, it's that time of the... Well, that was too soon. I heard that. Let me try that again. Well, it's that time of the week again. Oh, my voice sounds so different. It's a different mic. Well, it's that time of the week again. It's time for Chit Chat Across the Pond. And Bart Busschots is back with us again this week.
I am, without any time traveling funniness.
That's
so
strange.
We're recording on Saturday. Listeners get to hear it on Sunday. So normality has returned after some time of absence.
I wonder if we're going to be able to understand that.
Yeah, so the listeners heard me a week ago but we recorded that almost 2 weeks ago, so we kind of have 2 weeks worth of security news to catch up on.
And they heard me reading you.
Oh, that really confused everything. Because that wasn't the same show as us actually talking, wasn't it?
You know, I've lost control completely of this, so I don't know.
Oh, well, anyway, normality returns.
All right, good. So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so no medium this week, just straight into security.
Okay, I'm going to just jump ahead. This looks and sounds good to me. Get this towards the end. All right, here we go.
Happy computing.
Okay. I had a doubling up of my audio last time, and I don't know why that was. Oh, shoot. I thought I told him to take his ears off.
Here it is. Until then, happy computing.
Look at that. No, you can't see that. I got to think about why that's going on. I should show you guys this. This might be interesting. Let's just have some fun with the recording gods here. I think it's that screen I want to share. Okay. So what you're seeing here, let me get rid of some clutter like this and get rid of that. Do you see how right here in the recording, do you see the purple? That's me, and that I'm not talking there. That's because I recorded while Bart's voice was playing. So listen to this is what you guys heard last week.
Whatever it is, until then, happy computing.
So that is coming. I've got a feedback loop I need to find, which might be fun for you guys to help me with. So this is how I'm recording. So this is me.
Al, are you saying that has now happened twice?
I'm saying I can reproduce the error. So it's something in my new setup of since I started doing the live show that caused it.
But it's only the last like 30 seconds?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with when it is. Anytime I'm recording when another track is playing, I would see this.
Oh.
So that's me talking at the same time as Bart. So Bart's mic is feeding, or I'm sorry, GarageBand is feeding back into my microphone.
Well,
because here it is right here. GarageBand is going into Soundflower, and Soundflower is my input device into GarageBand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because what I'm doing is I'm trying to process myself going through Soundflower and stuff. So I guess I just okay. I'm gonna make a note just to noodle on that. Yeah, Kevin, that was that gap in the show with no audio. That was, I think I just slid some stuff in GarageBand and didn't go back and check to make sure I grabbed everything. And it was Steve I messed up, unfortunately.
Happened to be my review.
Yeah, it just happened to be Steve's review. Yeah. Okay. Look at feedback in GarageBand. Audio hijack there. Just wrote myself a little note. Okay, so I will go back to show you my lovely face. I can easily avoid that. I just have to time it a little bit better. So I have to just go to right here. Oh, okay. You saw it in person. Okay, let's see.
Till then, happy computing.
Okay, start right there. Whoa. Oh, I see what's wrong. Here we go. Well, that's going to... Okay, can't find where I'm going because I've got a mess up in my notes.
Happy computing.
Okay, here we go. One more time. Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Many thanks to our sponsor for helping to pay the bills, the makers of Clarify over at clarify-it.com. I need some more dumb questions, comments, and suggestions. Email me over at allison@podfeet.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at podfeet. Remember, you can send in typos. I found a bunch of typos when I'm reading, but I bet I can't find him back in the notes. Do go over to our NosillaCast Google Plus community. Like I said, a lot of fun over there. Podfeet.com/Google Plus. If you want to join in the fun of the live show, like C. Anthony Smith did after a long hiatus, he was able to get back in. His work schedule worked out. He was able to come over, and Blunt Edge came for the first time into the live show. You should do that. Go to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCast castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. All right. Question about ROI on water pumps. What is the cost per 1,000 out in your area? Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, we were talking about that with our son of whether that mattered or not. How much money we might be saving with our fancy pants water pump. What you doing, Steve?
Checking water bill.
Oh, he's coming here to get the water bill because Kevin asked him a question. That's good. Enthusiastic NosillaCast castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the beginning and drop in hopefully the right music. This is not quite right. I should like wait. Oh, here. We're gonna fix that. Medium, right? Okay. Let's do a check on that. Okay. Show number 530. Okay, that is not on the right track. Uh-oh, the cat's losing her mind again, Steve. 530. I got 530. I got to tell you guys. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, now let me go see what I messed up. See if I messed any of these up like I did last time, a couple times ago. Wow, that was a lot of cuts I'm having to make joining these things together. All right, guys, you know what I think I might do? I might call this early because I would really like to watch the soccer game. And I'm going to go back and watch the rest of that. And I'll stay in the live chat room as long as you guys are playing around watching the game too. But I am going to call this. In fact, I think, well, actually, I think it's actually done. All right, guys, I'm cutting it off. So, Steve, unless you have any reason I should stay on, I'm going to go.
Nope, they're in overage right now. They're 3 minutes of 3 more. So they got about 2.5 minutes left.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was going until 6 o'clock.
Or they're in their 91st minute.
All right, so we're about to win. All right, I want to watch it. So I'm going to stop the broadcast. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye, video. Mwah.